Now let's hear more from Dr. McAleer about the basic questionnaire and its functionality.
The basic qualifying questionnaire should be 4 to 6 questions, generally in a yes or no format, that determine if the potential new client and their legal problem meet minimum requirements. These should be constructed by lawyers and the management team for each litigation. Their purpose at this point is only to determine preliminary case viability, not to gather everything that happened to the potential new client. Remember, depending on the complexity of the litigation, the point is not to fully vet the lead or decide to send a contract, not yet anyway, but rather to weed out the first group of leads with easy to spot gaps in meeting the criteria. Qualifying questions should be used immediately after gathering all the client personal information. One of the functions of these qualifying questions is to weed out unqualified callers. By using the intake criteria contained on the initial questionnaire, Level 1 intake should weed out callers that do not fit basic criteria. For example, if a person took another drug, not the one in the litigation, they should be eliminated. In most personal injury or single event law firms concerning a motor vehicle accident, if there was no injury in the accident, most will not accept the claim. If someone had an event that happened years ago, before the date specified in the criteria, they should be eliminated. So here are some examples of qualifying questions. The first are for a motor vehicle accident. Were you involved in an accident? When did the accident take place? Were you injured in the accident? Did the police assign fault for the accident? What is the name of the other party's insurance and your insurance company? From these basic questions, it can be determined using litigation intake criteria if the P&C basically qualifies to pursue a claim or gets disqualified and removed from the pipeline. Here are some typical questions for a pharmaceutical litigation. Did you take the drug XYZ? Was it prescribed by your physician? When did you start taking it? When did you stop taking it? Did you have one or more of the following while you were taking the drug? A heart attack, arterial bypass, or a stroke? When did that take place? Did you see a physician after discovering you had the issue we are discussing?
Great, Dr. Michael. That was some tangible and useful information in what is one of the most important processes in the entire world of intake. And understanding this information means making those vetting decisions that Level 1 intake personnel are often asked to make. This process can be done swiftly and with confidence, and most importantly, will help ensure that you're making the right decision for the firm. Jay, what are your thoughts?
Yes, thanks. Now, this program is not about me trying to sell you or your firm on the idea of buying a big specialized intake software package. Some smaller firms still use spreadsheets as a manner of asking intake questions and tracking all the answers. And though I personally would not recommend that, some continue to make it work. Also, a lot of firms still use the front-end tools provided by their case management software, which is limited, but again, will work in a pinch. However, like Ron said in his opening, as is true about the carpenter and the actor, the best way to maximize intake effectiveness is good, high-grade, professional tools. For example, what about being able to text the P&C an e-contract right from your cell phone right to theirs? What about constant reminders when to call a P&C back? Or have the software do it for you and then connect you if and when they pick up? Or leave a message for you when they don't? And then enter all of that into the software. Yeah, these are just a few of the features, along with what I think is one of the most important and easy ways to keep all your intake questionnaires straight. Have them show up from a simple drop-down when you need them and allow you to change them easily and effortlessly. Now, Chris O'Brien, the CEO of Captora, one of the premier providers of this type of software, wrote a chapter on this capability in our book, a book I am proud to say is being used throughout the industry as the authoritative text on the subject. Now, in his section, he explains a lot of things that I just mentioned, such as automatic connections and leaving messages, and why they can make the difference and give your firm a huge competitive edge. Regardless of your particular method, having your intake questionnaires close by, where you need them, and when you need them, is a must for doing a good job on the issues we're covering in this program. So think about it, and ask your intake manager for ideas if you get stuck, or contact our help department. We're always happy to help. Thank you.
Great, now let's go back for another interactive module and get some more thoughts from you.